structure. Let me write down all those points here so that it would be very easy for you guys to quick come back into those points what we have discussed on that day. Is there any confusion? I hope all recordings is in your email right now. Is there anyone still missing that we haven't received the recordings? I hope everybody has.
Friday one have been shared.
You haven't got that file?
No, I didn't receive, sir.
Oh, fine. I'll try to send today's and the last week's. Okay. Both will be in your email. Don't worry about it. So the first one is the chart of account. The second is to assign chart of accounts to your company code. Next is define account groups. Then define
Retained earning account.
Then tolerance for general ledger and tolerance for
group for employees.
Okay. I'm sorry I've written in shorter. I hope you guys have got all these points. Fine. Now the navigation for this is quite different than enterprise structure. So how to get into navigation is you just have to use again, as soon as you log in, you'll be having a first screen appearance as SAP Easy Access. So you can go for SPRO, IMG, that is implementation guide. Now earlier the enterprise structure have been configured. Okay, so after enterprise structure, the second structure belongs to general ledger, and a general ledger is a part of financial accounting, right? So here you can see financial accounting. So your navigation must be SPRO, then by clicking on IMG will be here. So straight away go to financial accounting, then financial accounting, right after that general ledger accounting, open this. In general ledger accounting, GL accounts, open this, then master data, open it, preparation, open it, edit chart of account list. Okay, so this is a point where you are going to execute your chart of accounts to see what all chart of accounts is existed in your system, or else you can create your own chart of accounts. So what will be the navigation? SPRO, IMG, financial accounting, general ledger accounting, GL accounts, master data, preparation, and edit chart of account list, execute. Any confusion here for navigation? Is any confusion for navigation? Anybody? No, right? So how to play around navigation, I told you on the day itself. Okay. Now, see, one more point I would like to tell you here. Here there are two financial accounts. This is related to classic GL. That means in older versions, there were no new general ledger. Okay, this financial accounting is also in our discussion, but this is in our last final discussion for new general ledger. So why I'm going through classic GL, because not every client which we are getting from SAP is related to HANA or upgraded version. Some clients belongs to India is still on old versions of SAP. I hope you are getting it. So that means those guys are using these features which were being supported by earlier versions of SAP. Okay. So when it comes to financial accounting new, the same process but with added features. Okay, with some more benefits. So what we'll do, this we will keep it in our last discussion, not on today's discussion. So what I'm going to do right now is starting with classic, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to leave this. Remember this, both are important for you. Why both are important? See, if I only start with this, okay, you will be successfully, completing your stuff with the help of financial accounting new. But what if you have to face some old patients? Have you got my point? That's the reason.
Yes, sir.
What I have planned for you guys is to go in both the levels. So if you ever come across with this kind of stuff, yes, you are fit to deal with that. If you come up with this, that means, honestly speaking, in S4 HANA, that is upgraded version of SAP, that is S4 HANA Business Suite or Enterprise Solutions or S4 HANA Finance, only new GL, only new GL, no classic GL. When you get into S4 HANA system, you will not find these two. You will find only one, that is new GL, not classic GL. But why still I'm putting you guys to start with classic? Because if you complete this and if you come across with any of the old clients who are trying to migrate from old version to ECC6 EHP7, then from EHP7 platform to S4 HANA, then it quite, you know, for you guys it will be very difficult to understand the process and the storage, the database structures and all. Okay, so better to start with classic. Then in our final discussion, we'll go for financial accounting new, where I'm going to expose you guys to some new feature of the same general ledger, but in new general ledger. Is it clear? So my navigation as of now to complete general ledger structure is financial accounting, open it, then general ledger accounting, GL accounts, master data, preparations, edit chart of accounts. Okay, so execute this. Click here. The moment you execute, you can see a lot of mock data here. That means some sample chart of accounts have been given by SAP. Why? Because this is IDES, that is demo. Okay, so you'll be having some mock data available here. Never ever copy from them. So who will copy? Mostly MMSD. Those guys will try to copy these company structures. Why? Because they are not responsible to create basic configurations for system. Okay, so here we'll go to create our own chart of account, right? By clicking on new, click on. Now you can see that screen. This is a form filling job again. Haven't I told you that it consists of only 4 characters? Do you have any choice for more than 4 characters? No. So what I have suggested, what I advised you, better to discuss this 4 character with the client
I,
and put it into business blueprint so that it is finalized, whether it is an alpha 4 character code or alphanumeric or numeric. So what we have decided on that day,
RETL.
RETF, yes, that would be perfect. Why? Because the chart of account is seen, then it is easy for you guys to assign. Now description, like you can write down chart of account for RETF. That means this chart of account is exclusively there for this client. Okay, now the language. I told you, right? How many language? More than 40. What?
40.
Okay. What we are taking right now is English. Now here, can you see this box? This box is very important here. On that day we have discussed what will be the maximum length of GL. Yes, maximum length of GL. We have discussed
6.
on that day, right? Oh, 6 we have taken for discussion. Maximum I'm asking. 10, right?
Yes.
Maximum 10, 10, not more than 10. Okay, 10 characters. So what you can do here is, instead of taking 10, we have discussed for 6. See, based on requirement you go for. Why I'm saying this? Because you will have a uniform code for all GL accounts. See, the moment you select here, all those general ledger which you are about to create in future will be under 6 character code. Now what it is, I'll show you in another screen. Now another screen in the screen, what you are seeing here is only one screen. So this is known as, if one screen is open, that is one session. What do you call this? This is one session. Like
Yes.
this, you can open 6 sessions. How many? 6.
Six.
That means by clicking on create new session. Can you see this? But by clicking on this,
Yes, sir.
you'll if you click on this, what happens? Again, you will get easy access. That means fresh screen. That means you can play some other activity. Again, it has started with easy access. So when I go for Alt Tab, can you see that there are 2 screens now, 1 and 2. These 2 sessions are open. So what I told you, your session is here. What I did, I have opened another session. Now, this is one session. That means what screen is appeared in front of you is known as one screen. Likewise, you can keep 6 sessions open, but depends on your system speed. So in live environment, yes, you can open it, no doubt. But this is a demo application, right? So 3 or 4 maximum, that's it. Don't try to play around, multiple sessions unnecessary if it is not required. I hope it is clear. Huh? So you have got like the meaning of sessions and how many sessions you can open at a time. This system is so fast. Your system is supporting to play around with 6 sessions with good speed of RAM. That you're free to play, open all those sessions. Otherwise, you play with 2 to 3, not 4 maximum. Is it clear? Now, why I have opened another session? Because to show you, I'll go with transaction code FS00. This is just for example. Uh, it doesn't mean that you have to go for it compulsory, but this I will let you know just to explain you the character, 6 characters. See, this is my company we have completed earlier. Now you can see in administration expenses, if I open here, can you see all these 6 characters started with 4, and these are all those indirect expenses which I have created. Do you find any 6 characters, 7, 8, 9, 10 zigzag like that? No.
No.
Can you see that? These accounts is showed in a report. It is like, do you think there is an alignment problem? No. Perfect, alignment is there. Now what happens if I take some other mock data, not my company? I'll give you some example which SAP has given. I'll go with one mock data. Can you see this? This company is, somewhere, SAP Germany or SAP America, the mock data. If I open this fixed assets account, can you see this? This is what I told you on that day. They have taken 10 character, but what is the exact? I'll double click on this so that it appears. With how many characters they have created general ledger?
4.
Only 4. But what about rest of the 6 is showed as 00.
0,
Now,
0.
moving further to some other assets, see here. Same fixed assets, but some assets, see here. I'll go for this ADP construction, double click on it. How many characters? 5. The same group, but they are created with 5. Got it? Likewise, if I show you some other account, double click on it, petty cash account. How many characters they have used? 6.
6.
Do you see that? This is what happens. This is what happens when you select 10 and you don't have a proper planning to use that all 10 characters. What happens? See, starting with zeros with some last characters used. Is it clear or no? Do you see some alignment here? No, right? What happens, slash n f dot 01. I'm sorry, these are not transaction codes which you know right now. This is just for the sake of explanation. Don't get confused. Now he himself is playing around with the transaction code and not showing. I'm just trying to show you what will be the effect if you take from 6 to 7 if it is not in use. If actually the requirement is for 4, please take 4. If actually the requirement is for 6, please take 6. Are you getting my point? So what happens if you take unnecessary these accounts? Slash n f dot 10. Let those accounts appear. You can see the list. Can you see this? Started with 4 and again slowly it moves to 5. Then when you scroll down, can you see that? Started with 4, then again 5, then again moving towards 6. See, it is now 6. These are all list of accounts, what I'm showing you right now. That's the reason in business blueprint, they have to take the decision whether it is 6 or 7 or 8 or 10 or 4. Clear?
Sir,
So,
whatever data which you have shown to us, see that isn't by defaultly in the system will be done or it has been created previously.
only mock, and it is available in a
Okay.
system and is of
Okay.
no use. What I told you is of
Okay.
no use. Why? Because you are client, you are implementing this for India and you are trying to copy from Germany. That means you are showing an Indian passport and trying to be a nationalist of Germany. Is it possible to be a citizen of Germany by showing an Indian passport?
No, sir. No.
No, right? This is what happens. That is specific to that country. Okay. And moreover, whichever country it is, what we suggest is if it is not required, don't take that. See, I have taken with 6. Even with 6 also, you can create ledger with 4 character by keeping starting zeros, 2 zeros. You know now, right? So please be careful. If this is quite finalized in business blueprint itself. Okay. So this is a realization phase where we have started configuration after finally making a final sign off with business blueprint, right? After business blueprint, we have started configuring a system. Is it clear or not? Any confusion till here? Okay. Now controlling integrations. There are 2 options. One is manual creation of cost elements, another automatic creation of cost elements. See, this is a connection which pull the values from FI and put it into controlling. See, I told you, FI is financial accounting, controlling is management accounting. Whatever you post in finance, that goes to controlling for management view. Here cost elements are nothing but cost accounts. On the day I told you, right, the difference between direct expenses and indirect expenses. I hope you remember that. Direct expenses is affecting your gross profit. So that means that is your cost. And indirect expenses will affect on your net profit. Okay. So here cost elements are cost accounts. How you are going to create them? You are going to create them as manual level. Why? Because see, not every account is direct expenses. Do you agree or not? That's the reason I asked you the difference between wages and salaries. Yes, everybody. Don't get confused. Huh? Every day. See, if I want to complete this screen, hardly it will take 10 seconds for me. But why I'm having a big debate on every screen is because you don't know what kind of requirement it is. And I told you, and I'm keep on telling you again and again from day one that if you really want to be a consultant, then try to have a big discussion on each and every corner. Why? Because you don't know who will be your client and what will be the requirement and what will be your role in an implementation of system. I hope you understood. Okay, so all these settings is done now. Now next is group chart of accounts. See, if you are working on grouping side, like you are preparing a consolidation statement, consolidation financial statements or records, then you can create the same 4-character chart of accounts and make it as group first. Then under this group, you can create all those chart of accounts which are going to consolidate as a group report. And this is a responsibility of ECCS consultant. That means enterprise consolidation specialist, not a job of associate or junior consultant. Remember this. Is it clear? Now
Yes,
next
sir.
is status as blocked. See, some chart of accounts some chart of accounts is created under which account groups and ledgers are created and used as seasonal accounts. That means not all business run for 12 months in a year. Some are only for 4 months, some are only for 6 months, some are for 8 months. So after that 6 months, if you don't want your accountants to use any of these ledgers which comes under this chart of account for postings, you know, you can block them. And whenever the season is on again, you can unblock it. How to block? Just check it here. That means you are not authorized to post any of those transactions which belongs to the ledger which comes in this chart of account. I told you the relation on that day. Hope you remember that. What was the relation? Relation between parent and child. I told you, right? So what was that hierarchy? Anybody who have an idea? What comes first? A ledger or account group or chart of accounts? Who is who in this hierarchy?
So chart of account group ledger.
Yes. Under that, account group. Okay. Under this, child. Okay. Under chart of accounts, account group. I'll let you know why I told you this. Under account group, you are creating ledger. Okay. How? See here the example in another screen. I'll go to one transaction code, which you will know it in future. Just let me show what it is. I'm trying to figure out one account. I have created one ledger. See what is this? GL account. I have created one ledger. But under which account? Under which group? I have selected a group, right? That means here you are seeing an account group. Under account group you have ledger. And this account group, can you see this account group? This account group is under chart of accounts. I'll show you. /n OBD code. This is the transaction code to check that. I'll show you everything. Huh? Don't worry about this. Now, can you see this?
Yes.
This account group, what I have selected, under which I have created ledgers. See, this is the range. And under which chart of accounts? FT01 chart of account. This is your account group. Under this account group, I have created GL account. Now you know who is who. Clear? So until unless you are aware of these links, it's a waste of time to see any document and configure the system. Okay, so don't block it. So just take 4 character code as chart of accounts, then description, language as English, length of GL is 6. Well, the majority of implementation what we have seen is in 6, but most of the foreign clients, if they select 10, okay, let them do it. But the difference I have already kept in front of you guys. Now you decide how to proceed. Controlling integration, manual creation of cost elements. Click on, or I click on save, it will ask me to save in request. Now, is it possible for me to save into the same request? Now, is it possible? No, it belongs to another structure, right? See, it depends on this customizing request. I told you that, either request is created by your managers or, the project in charge, and they'll ask you to keep everything into that. But again, if they ask you to configure from your side, what I did, I have kept enterprise separate, and I'll create a new request for general ledger structure. Okay, so click on create request. What is this now? GL structure configuration for RETL. See, about this short description, we are in training phase. That's the reason we are dealing with all these requests in separate way. Otherwise, people may criticize who will see this recording and say, how in real time this is not possible. Okay, I have given you a multiple choice. See, if I am saying this, do you think that IBM will agree, Accenture will agree, HP will agree, or HCL will agree? Every company, every consulting firm is having their own ideology to be followed for implementations. I hope you got it. Huh? Tomorrow you will say, Adi YouTube chusina, YouTube lo Mario Valu consultant separate. Explain Saru Adi entity. This is not going to work out. Be professional, huh? Always. Yes, Malyadri, Artamain Kada. Yes, Rajesh, Swaroop. Suju, if all of you guys are hearing me, what we are
Yes,
doing,
sir.
we are trying to create separate requests for each activity, so that it would be a good practice for us to be on track. Otherwise, if I want see other than this, what I'll do, I'll create only one room. Like how it is one room, I'll go for in this way. Project. Okay. Now I will take this and I'll put enterprise structure, general ledger structure, global structure, GL, accounts payable, accounts. మొత్తం దీంట్లో పెట్టేస్తా. I will keep everything into this. Now tomorrow, if you have a change request, tomorrow if someone is asking you what you have configured, in which request it is, that means you kept everything into one room. That means your bedroom, your kitchen activities, your everything is into one room only. Do you call it as a house?
Yes.
అర్థమైంది కదా నేను ఏం చెప్తున్నా. So
Yes, sir.
about this creation of request, you be specific. What I told you, sometimes your managers will give you the customizing request number along with a specific description. So you have to save into that request only. And sometimes they will ask you to create from your own. Suppose we are implementing a separate activity for accounts payable. Now, how do I know that I have done something for accounts payable or accounts receivable or for GL? That's the reason I'm following this policy. Huh? I hope you guys have got what I'm trying to figure out here. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Okay. So give short description, click on save. See? And press enter. What I did, I have created chart of account and I have saved in my request. See, the data was saved. Any confusion till now? Yes, anybody? Confusion till now? I just
Sir,
completed.
sir, just status of blocked, why we are blocking, sir? Can you explain one more time, sir? I mean, why you are
If I
excluding
block
now,
it
sir?
here, nobody will pick up any ledgers which comes under, this chart of account. Nobody can post the data. Maybe any
Okay.
reason. Maybe we are into migration phase where
Okay,
if
if you
someone
are,
is trying to create a new ledger, if somebody is trying to create, a separate account group into this particular chart of accounts, they may not. Why? Because it is blocked for creation for posting. Is it clear?
yes, sir.
If you are upgrading your data, if seasonally you want to block, yes, you can block. Is it clear or not? That's the case. Any further confusion?
Yes,
Block means you can't use this chart of accounts. Is any other queries? No, right? So we have configured chart of accounts. We just go back. What's next? What's next? You have to assign company code to chart of accounts. Very next in navigation. Huh? Assign company code to chart of accounts. Execute. Now click on position. View company code here. Press enter. Now can you see this? Chart of accounts. Now there are two chart of accounts here. Remember, there are three chart of accounts, two types of chart of accounts. One is operational chart of accounts, group chart of accounts, country specific chart of accounts. Write down this question. They may ask you a question like how many types of chart of accounts. Okay. So if it is a group or operational chart of accounts, the most common type of chart of accounts which is used in implementation or by companies is operational chart of accounts. The benefit of using operational chart of accounts is you can easily copy company codes and you can easily copy GL accounts from one company code to other company code. Okay. So if it is group or operational, first box. If it is country specific, then second box. Can you see the CTY CH accounts? It is for this box is for country specific chart of accounts. Okay. Now a question will be in our mind like, sir, Is it a separate screen where we can create country-specific chart of accounts? No. Creation of chart of account is same what we did 2 minutes back. Okay. But if you are assigning, you can assign in this box for operational or group purpose, or the same chart of account if you are assigning in this box, that means this is country-specific chart of accounts. Country-specific requirement. See, if you are preparing some accounts which is used in India, you can't use these general ledgers in US or UK or Germany, correct? See, we are all salaried employees, right? We will get Form 16. Is it possible to show same Form 16 in US that I paid income tax in India? Why I have to
No,
pay
sir.
in America again? Will you run your driving license in America with Indian driving license? Or you
No.
need a separate driving license there? Correct? I hope you are understanding. The same license, but if it is applicable in that country, that will need some separate. So here, when you are assigning chart of accounts into these two boxes, the purpose is different. So how many types?
There are three types:
What are they?
operating, group, and country specific.
Operational, not operating.
Operation,
Operational chart of account. Second, group
group
chart of
chart,
account. So
country
group report,
specific chart.
country specific chart of account. Remember this. So what I told you that the most common type of chart of accounts which we use is the operational chart of accounts. So what my 4-character RETL. Got it? So what I have configured operation chart of accounts. Chart of accounts, then I have assigned it with the company code. Is it clear? Yes? I hope no confusion. This is my company code and this is my chart of accounts. And I have assigned this. I click on save. See, again request here with some different database table. I told you about this database table in detail earlier. Okay. So do I need to change my request?
No. Short description.
Okay. Just press enter. That's it. Save. So 2 points completed. Now what's next? Just go back. See, in a same navigation, define account groups. Can you see that? Yes. Click
Yes, sir.
on execute. This is your third point. Execute. Okay. Another side it is already open. That's the reason it is not allowing me to open it. Okay. I'll close this, then I'll come back. Now see, define account groups. I'll click execute. Now it is open. A lot of account groups which is there as a default data or mock data or demo data, or some people have created this, or we have created it. 5 people have created this. Okay. So what I'll do, you have to click on new entries. See, if I click on new entry, the entire box is free. How you can create based on your requirement. Are you getting? Is that every company is having same account groups, or only same account groups in the sense if one company, one client is using 15 account groups, the fixed asset, current asset, other asset, long-term liability, short-term liability, direct income, indirect income, direct expenses, indirect expenses. Is that every company is having same? No, more or less. Some may go for 25 groups, some may have 30 groups, some have only 15, or some have only 12, or some have only 4 assets, liabilities, income, expense. Are you getting? So based on requirement, you have to configure this. How? I'll show you this few of the examples, then again I'll try to copy from other chart of accounts which is already there. Now, what's your chart of accounts? RTL.
RET.
The first account group, what you are about to create is fixed asset, as an example. So what I will do? What I'll do? I'll take REAT. What's this? Fixed assets. Or else any 4-character. This 4-character will be an alpha or numeric or alphanumeric. This is just a name which we have given to account group. That means an abbreviation which is called for account group. Okay. For example, I am creating FX 80. What's this? Fixed asset. Now, what will be the series? On the day we have seen series, right? What's that?
Yes, sir. Fixed assets means
No, 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 not like that. You know, one number, asset 2, liability 1,
okay, okay.
income 3, expense 4, like that. Then second parameter for you is 6 character code. Right? Now, I started with 2. 2 lakhs to 2 lakhs,
So,
199 or 200. Your choice, or 100. Based on requirement, you can enhance, right? I told you on that day. Now, next is RETL chart of accounts. Under this chart of accounts, what's next? Current asset, right? CUAT. Any 4 character you can give as an abbreviation to your account group. Is it? Current assets. Now, what's in the next series? 200101. Why? Because
1012,
in 100 I have taken already. 200,
yes,
200.
200.
Now, I'll go for RETL. Okay, what's next? Other assets, right? OT,
Others.
AT. Other assets. Now,
201,
200, 2012,
201.
200, 300. Are you getting? This is how you can go for long-term liability, indirect income, direct income. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you have taken 6 character as a length of GL, then here I am considering for 6. If it is for 8 or 10, you can, if it is 7, what you can do? 1 0 here and 1 0 here. That's it.
Adding.
Now, how many characters is? 7. Yes, Hari, you are here. Hari. What happened to other guys? Is there any network issue or what? Why all of them have dropped? Yes, Sri Hari. Can you hear me? Sri Hari. Hello? Hello? For recordings, huh? So, Malyadri, is it clear now? Malyadri, you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's clear, sir.
It's clear, right? So, instead of, creating the fresh one, what I'll do, I'll copy to save my time. But you please click on new entries and fill up all these accounts the way I have showed you. Okay? Don't try to copy here. Why? Because see, I'm copying. Why? Because I know what it is. But you go for new entries. Why? Because your client may have some different requirement. Okay. Now, how? See, here is the copy button. This copy button will help you to, work on rollout projects. What is rollout? Copy. I told you on the day, right? Rollout project. So mostly in rollout project, this button is used frequently. Okay. Now, I'll click on position. I'll go for FT01. What I'll do, I'll copy from this chart of accounts. Okay, select all these. How many? Like 10 to 12, huh? Can you see all groups are here? One series for liability, 3 for income, 4 for expense, 2 for assets. All are there. But it's not final. Huh? Depends on requirement. You have to enhance these account groups. I told you. Okay. Select all these. How to select? You just have to click on these corners. Huh? Select all this and click on copy. The moment you click on copy, your save button will get disabled. See, I'll show you. Click on copy as. First select all these account groups, then click on copy. This is your second method to save your time. Otherwise, click on new entries and you create 25, 30, whatever account groups as per client's requirement. Is it clear? Okay. Now
Yes, sir.
click on copy as. The moment I click on copy, see my save button is disabled. Why? Because if I try to save with this, no choice to save. Why? Because no duplication. So what you can do, you can quickly change this chart of accounts with your chart of accounts. Got it now?
Yes, sir.
What I did, I'm replacing FT01 with RETL.
RETL.
So that means I'm saving myself to create all this. Why? Because this is already existed in a system. I'm trying to copy. Okay. So what kind of activity it is? A rollout activity. In rollout
Rollout.
project, that copy. Yes. So one is an implementation right from scratch. Another one is rollout where you can copy. You just replace all these groups with okay RETL. RETL. I hope you are getting it, huh? Any confusion in
No, sir.
yes, Sri Hari. I hope now you are here. Sri Hari. Now, see, all chart of accounts have been replaced with my chart of accounts. What you have to do, you have to press enter. The moment I press enter, system says that, what happened. Okay. See, the number of entries copied is 12. Press enter. What happens? Now your FT01 account groups have been copied to this chart of accounts. Now click on save. Save in your request. Is it clear? Two ways of creation of chart of accounts I showed you. One is to click on new entries and create your own. Another way is to copy the existing
Copy.
chart of accounts. If it is same for that client what you have already implemented, and if it is a rollout activity, what you can do, you can select from here and you can click on copy and you can replace the earlier chart of accounts with present chart of accounts. I mean the new chart of accounts. Any confusion?
No, sir.
Yes, Srihari. What happened? This guy is not responding.
Sir, he can hear you, but he is unable to. What he is speaking, you are not able to speak. That's his message to me. I told to ping this, sir.
See, what you can do, with the help of this application, you can even chart. Okay.
Yes, yes, sir.
If you are unable to hear, you can use this message. Okay, you can click on this message box.
Sure, sure, sir. We're doing the same.
Maybe
I
some
pinged him.
people are on mobile. No, yes, he replied.
I pinged him, sir. That's
Okay, okay, but maybe some mic issue. Okay, not a problem. But please try to be on mic so that I can hear you, your queries live. Must know that to whom I'm speaking to, right? And so if you try to be silent, then this is not the way, and this is not the reason. You have to come up with your views, your questions. See, it's not like what I told you is final. You may have some questions. If it is remaining in your mind at this moment, that you can't. Okay, fine. You please try to be, available tomorrow with some different headsets so that it is easy to get clarification on the same time. Why? Because one screen is having multiple points to discuss. See, if I told you right, and it is not good for me to, repeat the same line and again, but I keep on repeating up to a certain extent. Why? Because you people are new to this application, you don't know what it is, right? So you may be having bunch of question in your mind that what is this, and how you are going to, act when some different kind of requirement comes up with, from client side. That will be a problem, right? See, if I show you like this. Now, I'm sorry to say that, to create account groups, go to financial accounting, this navigation, click on execute, then click on new entries. Okay, then write this, click on save, finish. This is not the material level of training what you are doing. I told you on a day one, don't sit with the material. Otherwise, your mind will get bounded, limited. See, now I have given you RETL. Tomorrow, if you get any requirement from Tata or Indian Oil and Gas or Indian Airways, are you people are not going to configure account groups here? Maybe 4 character or 6 or 10 character. Are you not fit to configure the account group for any other client than RETL? Yes, Malyadri. అర్థమైందా నేను
Hello.
అడిగింది?
So can you repeat
Question
once, sir?
maybe I was so fast. What I told you is we have just seen that how to configure chart of accounts, right?
Yes, sir.
Now the chart of accounts we have configured as per RETL. This is our
RETL.
present client what we are dealing with. Okay. What my question was, if you get any other client requirement from Indian Airways or Indian Oil and Gas or British Airways or some other, client from multinational level, then
Okay.
maybe it is 4 character, 6 character, 10 character requirement.
Yes.
Are you not fit to configure that requirement here?
You can, sir.
Yes, you can. Yes, Hari. Is it not possible from your side to take the requirement to configure the chart of account? Maybe this is country specific or group or operational. Is it not possible? Yes, it is, because you know this from every corner. So if it is just good, first step, second, third, fourth, fifth, you are also happy. Why? Because your data got saved. No. That's the reason. Don't depend on materials, I say. Don't depend on any document. Don't depend on the Google or Google. That will limit your mind. And consulting is limitless. We don't know what kind of requirement. After working for 10 years as a project manager, 11th year will be different, right? You have separate patients, and you will not be you're using the same medicines again and again on different patients. I hope you understood. Yes. Any questions
sir.
on this area? Yes, Hari, you can text. Any questions on this area? Is clear? I'll question. Okay. Fine. Not a problem. Go back. So we have saved our account groups. The next step is define retain earnings account. Click on execute. So in which chart of accounts you are making these settings? So give chart of accounts. Now what is our chart of accounts? Earlier we don't have chart of accounts. Now what's your chart of accounts? RETL.
TL.
Yes. Give your chart of accounts and press enter. Now can you see this? That's the reason I told you. This retain earnings account is a transaction which carry
Fiscal year
forward your
to
balance.
batch.
Carry forward your balance from one financial year to other financial year.
And
Lack of these settings, system will not allow you to create even ledger account also. Are you getting me?
yes, sir.
If you fail to do this setting, system will not allow you to create general ledger. How? See, I'll raise one ticket for you. I'm going to create ledger now. You'll see this how to create ledger later on. But this is just to show you what happens when you miss that setting. 400 300. About to create one indirect
RETL.
expenses account in this company. I'll press enter. See, I'm getting this error. What's this?
No,
See, this
You
P
type
is
please.
profit, L is profit and loss statement, account type is defined for chart of account. RETL, this 4-character is your company code. Rest, the first P and the last L is P&L account here. This L is a P&L account. No P&L account,
Okay, sir.
account statement type is defined. That means, what is this box?
P&L account statement.
For automation, if you miss one setting where you will get hit, this is known as subject. If you really want to be perfect, then try to understand the flow. If you miss this setting, then you are not able to create the ledger account. See, if I press enter, system will not take me further. So what happens here is, to avoid that missing, so you have to give the P&L account statement. You just have to give X. This is standard P&L account statement type with system admin. Just keep X here. Don't go for account here. Why? Because if you keep account here, that means you are closing your books. You can create one retained earnings account and you can assign here, but how to create, how to assign, the importance of this box we will see in our last discussion, where we are about to complete this. That means in closing activities, I'm going to show you the importance of this box and the ledger which we are about to use in this box. So as of now, you just go ahead with X here. You just keep P&L account statement as X here. Then press enter. The moment you press enter, see here, system gives you a message. Can you see this message? What this message is saying right now? Enter the account. Now this message color is yellow, that is warning. Warning is this is just a speed breaker.
Cautious.
If you press enter, it will go away. See, there are actually 4 types of messages which comes up again and again in a set. Blue, green, these are information, indications. If it is blue and green color, these are informations. If it is yellow, that is warning. If it is red, that is an error, that is a ticket. If it is a ticket, you have to go for solution. If it is yellow, just press enter. See, it is gone. When you press enter, it is gone. And I have given P&L account statement as X. Click on save. Save in your request. Got it? Got it or not? See,
No, sir.
I wanted left this as blank. Why? Because I would like to show this in the end of the discussion, like where we are about to discuss the reports and carry forwarding balances or year-end activities.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir. In P&L account statement, why we have given X, sir? It's a standard for. I mean, we have to be given or
standard P&L account type which SAP has suggested.
Okay, sir.
Got it? I hope there is no confusion now.
Account session will be given by later.
Later, I'll show you the photos of. See, this is nothing but whenever you are trying to carry forward balances to the next financial year, system will ask you, see, what will be the result of P&L account?
Or to get the, I mean, gross profit or gross well,
ఏం చెప్తున్నావు పను P&L account result gross profit ఎలా వస్తుంది? You're working in finance section. She should not be from your side. Yes, P&L account preparation will result in net loss or net profit. Correct? What you will do later with that net profit, you will take that net profit to the balance sheet. Is it clear?
it's a
Net profit ये balance sheet లో liabilities లో add చేస్తావు కదా, add net profit less drawings and capital చూపిస్తావు కదా. Got it, right?
yes, yes.
ఆ net profit carry forward అయినప్పుడు ఏమైతుంది? The result of P&L account difference is showed in net profit, and that net profit is taking the balances to the balance sheet. Here also, whenever your income and expense is match, the difference will be taken up by this account to this balance sheet. Is it clear or not? See, the importance of this box is here. The third one. What is this? Balance carry forward transaction code. Can you see this box?
Yes, sir.
If you check this box, that means the difference of income and expense will be taken up by this account and forwarded to this. These are the links. You have to understand this link. That's the reason I kept this for last discussion. Why? Because first you have to understand how SAP works. Then only you can proceed further. Otherwise, you have a lot of points remain back to understand. Okay? Is any confusion? No, right? I proceed.
No, sir.
I proceed to complete those 2 points, or shall we stop here? We'll continue tomorrow if it is possible with tolerance for general ledger and tolerance for employee.
Okay, sir. As you wish.
Yes, really. Because 2 other guys are also left, right? I don't want them to miss, some important discussions what we had today. Yes, Hari, do you have any questions in your mind? As of now, the chart of accounts, assign chart of accounts to the company code, define account groups, and define retain earnings account.
Fine, sir.
I'll send this recording by today evening. You just go ahead with last recording plus this. If you have any questions or queries, you can write down, and we see tomorrow. We'll discuss what it is.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah. That's all for today. Bye for now. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
This session